What a game this was. The Golden State Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves just delivered an instant playoff classic in Game 5, and if you missed it, don't worry. We've got the full breakdown. From buzzer to buzzer, this one had everything. Drama, intensity, and two teams playing like their seasons were on the line. Because in truth, they were. Coming into tonight, the series was tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 was the swing game, the one that often determines the direction of the series. And both squads came in treating it like a must-win. The energy in Target Center was off the charts. Minnesota fans were loud and relentless, and the Timberwolves fed off that energy early. But so did Golden State. Steph Curry came out firing. He wasted no time setting the tone, burying a deep 3 from well beyond the arc in the opening minute. It was vintage Steph, quick release, limitless range, and nothing but net. Klay Thompson followed up with a corner 3 of his own, and suddenly the Warriors were rolling, but Anthony Edwards wasn't about to let this one get away. He came out aggressive, attacking the rim and putting pressure on the defense. You could feel it. This was going to be his night. His explosiveness kept Minnesota right in the mix, even as the Warriors looked sharp early. The first quarter was fast-paced, physical, and competitive, with both teams trading buckets. Neither team could really pull away. Curry had 11 in the first, Ant had 10, and after 12 minutes, the score was all tied up at 30. The second quarter was more of the same. Draymond Green started doing the little things, grabbing boards, setting hard screens, talking nonstop on defense. And believe it or not, he even hit a corner 3 that sent the Warriors' bench into a frenzy. But Minnesota kept their composure. Jaden McDaniels hit a few mid-range shots, Naz Reid brought great energy off the bench, and Karl Anthony Towns started heating up from outside. Then came the moment of the half. Anthony Edwards flew in for a thunderous putback dunk over Kevon Looney that nearly blew the roof off the building. It was the kind of play that shifts momentum. The crowd was rocking, but Golden State closed the half strong. Steph found Klay in transition for an easy 3, then hit a tough floater to beat the halftime buzzer. The Warriors went into the break, up 4, 58-54, but then the third quarter happened, and everything changed. This time, the Warriors' usual third-quarter dominance didn't show up. Instead, it was Minnesota that came out swinging. Anthony Edwards absolutely took over. He hit from deep, pulled up in the mid-range, and drove straight at the Warriors' defense without fear. He had 15 in the quarter alone and looked completely unstoppable. Karl Anthony Towns joined the party too, stretching the floor and hitting some big-time shots. Minnesota outscored Golden State 34-21 in the third, flipping the game on its head, and taking a 9-point lead into the fourth quarter. That's when it became a battle of wills. The Warriors looked tired but determined. Steph came alive again in the final frame, hitting an off-balance 3, then another from deep range, and followed it with an and-one floater to cut the lead to 2. It felt like déjà vu. Curry doing Curry things in the clutch. But every time Golden State made a push, Anthony Edwards had an answer. He hit a tough pull-up. Then he drove and finished through contact. He was putting on a show, scoring, facilitating, even locking in on defense. This wasn't just a big performance, this was a superstar performance. With under 2 minutes left, the game was tied at 101. Draymond Green picked off a lazy pass and pushed the break, finding Andrew Wiggins for a thunderous dunk that gave the Warriors the lead. But the very next possession, Edwards drove hard and found Towns at the top of the key. Bang! A cold-blooded 3 from the big man put Minnesota back in front. Steph answered with a floater, then Ant answered again. It was pure playoff basketball, 2 teams trading blows, neither one giving an inch. With 20 seconds to go, Golden State had the ball down by 1. Everyone in the arena knew what was coming. Steph isolated up top, pulled up from deep, and missed. The shot clanked off the back rim. Karl Anthony Towns secured the rebound, got fouled, and calmly knocked down both free throws. With the Timberwolves now up 3, Golden State had one last chance. Klay got a good look on the wing, but the Aitse shot rimmed out. Game over. Minnesota held on for a dramatic 110-107 win in front of a roaring home crowd. They now lead the series 3-2, heading back to Chase Center with a chance to close it out in Game 6. Anthony Edwards was the story of the night, finishing with 37 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists in a performance that felt like his arrival on the biggest stage. Towns added 24 and 10, and Naz Reid chipped in with hustle and big plays that don't always show up in the box score but made a huge impact. For the Warriors, Curry dropped 33 points and 8 assists, doing everything he could to will his team to a win. Klay added 19 and Draymond played with trademark intensity, but it wasn't enough. This game was a battle, a statement, and a showcase of playoff basketball at its best. If you're a fan of the game, you couldn't ask for more. And the best part? We're not done yet. Game 6 is coming. And with the Warriors facing elimination, you better believe they'll come out swinging. But Minnesota? They smell blood, and they're ready to make history.